AM 560. The Answer.
Tennessee. I guess it's a woman, part of the million-pound march. She has purple hair. She's built like a fire plug. Looks more like a street department worker.
A Cordova woman was arrested during anti-ICE protests on Summer Avenue yesterday after a law enforcement officer said she assaulted and verbally attacked them and resisted detention.
They're aggressive, huh, Squirrel? I told you cannot mix Haagen-Dazs, Botox, antidepressants, and Merlot. It makes you crazy. Next thing you know, you dye your hair purple and you try to fit in size 16 yoga pants. Sandra, Chicago.
Hi, Sean. Big fan. Not my real name.
That's all right.
Okay, so speaking of ICE, I'm from Chicago, and I've absolutely had it with these protesters. So I tried to Google and find information for counterprotest to maybe kick some A.
So here's how I feel about this. This is the rise of the repulsives. It really is. It's a despicable display of humanity. Why partake in it? And not to mention, they could use the exercise. So let them keep walking around. It might save us some money in the free health care these sloths want. This is something, we don't do this. I mean, honestly, have you ever done this? Have you ever done? Now when they were creating damage in Tesla, when they were destroying the Teslas, and then you saw the guys mount up in the suburbs, and they said, you're not going to do that. Then I'm all for it. Then go stand there. You know, like with the whole thing, I had the cigar store when they were doing it in Chicago. They were coming through Elmhurst. This was with the buying large mansions, BLM, and they were stealing the money. And we went out and stood there, like three of us. We just stood there with axes and whatnot. Not a peep out of them. Not a peep out of them. So that's what you do with a counter. You know, you just stand in front of your store if you don't want these filthy animals to burn it. Because they'll never be a customer anyway, let alone a store owner.
Why can't, like, all of the biker groups and the construction workers and the real men and the real women, such as myself, start cracking some heads?
Well, because that's, you know, we're why give them what they need? Why give them what they're longing for, the conflict they're longing for? I prefer to let them twist in the wind. I mean, they're no real threat. They're no real threat. All they're going to do is destroy property that's junk anyway in Democrat areas. It's not like they're going to go to Hinsdale and start burning houses down. I mean, who gives a rip? Go to the South. Go ahead. O'Leary's cow could clean out a lot of the problems. Keep burning it down. Who gives a rip? So, you know, I mean, the other thing is, do you really want to get low with these filthy pigs? You know, me.
I know. Don't cast your pearls before swine.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I find it
so
funny and comical.
And I want to support our ICE agents.
Well, that's when I had a friend of mine, Dan Davies, who's a great guy, and Gary Rabine, and they wanted to throw the I think it was Christmas time or Thanksgiving, and we're going to throw something. And you know, the ICE guys are like, listen, we don't want to get you in trouble. Listen, we do support them. True. We're the decent. This is the decent against the indecent. Let them be indecent. Let them show themselves. If say you're a 16-year-old girl, and you're watching this, and your parents go to work every day and they do the best they can, and you watch your father struggle and your mother struggle, and you turn on the news and you see these sloths. What do you think that kid's going to think in 5 years, in 10 years? That's the biggest wave of right-minded, principled people, are the kids who are the victims of these scum. When you're watching this, that 6-year-old little boy, he might be all the attention and the money and the rest of it, but when he's alone and he's 16, 17, and he thinks about his moron mother, what the frack were you doing? What the frack were you doing? By that time, he'll know about the scandals. He'll know about the money. He'll know about the illegal aliens. What the frack were you doing?
I mean, we can hope.
No, let them do this. This is fantastic to me. This is like when the scumbag in your neighborhood who was a half-assed bully gets drunk on Manheim Road and runs around with his underwear on his head at 2 o'clock in the morning. Go ahead, scumbag. You're doing more to yourself than I could do, you fracking idiot. Sandra, thanks for the call. Thank you. Dave in Libertyville.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, baby.
On top of all the money the Somalians are stealing, are we giving them money too?
Well, the programs still go on in these Democrat dungholes. So if you're asking if you're giving, and by the way, brother, that is nothing. The Somalians, the $9 billion, times it by 7, 8, 9. and that's California.
Nation's attention, Amy, is on Minnesota, but you can feel the nation's attention turning to a place as well like California.
Remember what Jimmy Griffin always said, the land of fruits and nuts, right?
Yes, Minnesota is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg, babe. It's $500 billion that these Democrat sloths have been stealing. How do you think they all make money? You don't think they actually have money? They steal your money. They're Democrats. It's not a party. It's a piracy.